Hi, this is Kevin Porter. You may know me from Dodgeball as Laser. I'm also Batman and the Bat in the Sun videos. You're listening to Movie Madhouse, which tells me you're very bored. Enjoy.
And welcome to the Movie Madhouse. I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
And we are here. We're live. How you guys doing?
I'm doing good.
Fantastic.
Back in the studio.
Yes, been a while.
Right? Been a while. So how's the couch? Is that better? Yeah?
Yes.
Than the chairs?
Yes.
Well,
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm being a lifelong tabletop gamer. There's a condition known as chair ass. And we can get that at the pod table as well. So this is much better.
This is good. This is good. The only thing I want to change is that paisley thing.
Well, yeah, that can be worked on. Slip covers exist.
We should get a blanket that says Movie Madhouse.
There we go.
See?
There we go.
Thinking. All right. Well, yeah, I was telling you, just before we started, I saw like a dozen DeLoreans because in London they had this thing called Oblivion Festival or something like that. And it was at Westmount Mall, and they had everything 80s and 90s in there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So they had a kit there. They had a DeLorean inside that looked really good. They had like 12 of them outside that were really cool, each in their own way.
All done up for the movie, like
Most of them, yes.
Yeah.
A couple were just straight up DeLoreans.
okay, but there were a few that were done up with time circuits and all that.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Yep. The parking lot in the one area had all sorts of 90s cars. You know, there was a Jurassic Park Jeep that I saw there. There was an 18 van, I'm pretty sure I saw. But and then inside they had a retro arcade. Our friend Steve Buckley from the Order of the Phoenix, he was driving around like Gates Madisden. How do you say his name from Stranger Things? Gates.
Gates.
I don't know.
He's the kid with the curly hair with the two front teeth missing in the first season.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Oh, Dunce. Is it?
Yeah. That guy.
Dustin.
I haven't watched any of the new season yet. I watched the first episode. I stopped.
dude.
So
Some of the episodes are like longer than some movies,
Yeah.
but they're worth it.
yeah, I know, but I've just been sidetracked, and now I've fell down a much deeper, more engaging rabbit hole.
What rabbit hole is that?
The Sandman.
Oh, dude, I'm on episode 6.
I just finished 6.
Yep.
It is.
I don't have much interest.
Oh, it's
Dude.
stunning.
Once you get into it, yeah.
I know nothing about the comic.
Same here.
I know. I've seen images. I've heard names.
They've warped it a little.
I get that, but what I have in my image in my head of what I saw as Sandman, as Morpheus, that is that guy.
Yeah.
You know,
I
say
did-
what you want about the Constantine thing. I don't mind it.
There was a reason for that.
I like her a lot though, and it's nice to see her back doing something a little wibbly wobbly and
The
tiny.
Constantine thing.
In the comic, he runs across John Constantine.
Oh yeah.
Okay. They can't use him in this show because Warner Brothers has something else going on with him right now.
I heard that they brought Lucifer into the show
Oh yeah,
from the
No,
from the show Lucifer.
Yep. That's him. It is the same Lucifer. They did not cast Tom Ellis
Okay.
because Neil Gaiman didn't want.
No, I
that.
heard they used. I heard it was
No.
him.
No, it's Kate Blanchett.
No. That. My God, I'm such a bad nerd right now, but
See-
I'm also very, very high. Brienne of Tarth.
Christy Gold. Captain Phasma.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her.
I know who you're talking. When they
Gwendolyn Christie.
There we go.
when they referenced it, they had a picture of Tom Ellis, so I assumed it was the same guy.
Oh, because it's the same
Uh-oh.
Lucifer.
Oh, what?
But they couldn't use the
Present
actor.
for James
A
and
present.
you.
That's a cardinal sin.
Oh, yep, that's what the table's for.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
We're about to make a cardinal sin.
Yep. No. I figured you'd need it for sure. You guys helped me move,
Oh,
so I
Oh.
promised you a pizza meal, and I got pizza.
I literally just ate like 10,
Oh,
15,
dude.
like 10 minutes. Well, you gotta give me a heads up on
I
this.
guess I should have. Well, I'll make sure you take some home.
Oh, guaranteed. Thank you.
Is it? Can we have some plates?
No,
Figures.
you didn't ask for plates.
I didn't ask for plates. That is
Well,
true.
Can we have some plates, please?
Sure.
Pretty, please. Oh, yeah, sure. She says yes to you.
Well, because I asked nicely. It's called manners. Sheesh.
Right? Yeah, in Sandman, it is the same Lucifer, but he didn't want the jokey aspect of it,
Okay.
so he cast her instead.
So what they're saying is this is the same universe.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
That's why it was Lucifer and Mazikeen.
Different Mazikeen though.
Oh, yeah, it was.
But what I've seen so far, I want more.
The episode 6 so far is the best.
You know what? I want to say yes, but 5.
See, the fun thing is, every single one of those episodes is named after an issue, and it follows pretty much the story.
That's what I've heard
Okay.
online.
There are some issues missing, obviously, because they're jumping around. And the other thing that they did is the Corinthian, who starts at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
He was not even a thought until issue either 9 or 10.
Okay.
And then he shows up in what they call the Dollhouse, that story arc.
Okay.
But they warped him into the origin of Sandman, which I thought was really cool.
It's Boyd Holbrook. Yes, please.
Exactly,
Like,
that's-
I like Boyd Holbrook.
So do I. I almost got in a fist fight with Jeff McDonald, Messiah Complex Cosplay, because it's like, you got to watch The New Fugitive. He goes, why is there a remake of The Fugitive? There doesn't need to be one. I said, no, but it's Boyd Holbrook. No, there doesn't need to be one, right? I only watched it because Boyd was in it, and Kiefer, right?
Okay. Oh yeah.
Right, in that remake. It's 14 parts, 8 minutes each, that thing. And it's really good because Boyd's in it.
I just love Boyd Holbrook in Logan and The Predator.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and yes. Especially his last line in The Predator. That's my new suit, Bubba. I hope they got it at 42 long.
Fresco.
And refreshments as well.
Look
Thank
at this.
you. You spoil us.
So yes, please, guys, dig in, have some nibbles, okay? Actually, I may come over there and get some of them.
Do you want
too.
are you able to pause at all?
Not on live television.
Oh, I guess not. Yeah. Yeah, the live thing.
Yep.
Okay, well, we definitely went off on a big tangent there.
Yes.
So where were we?
Well, technically, we were about to introduce our topic.
Okay, because you had gone to Oblivion Con and yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, you were talking about the car from
And
Stranger
the Cars or Stranger Things.
Things.
Dustin. Yes.
Yes, can't watch Stranger Things because I'm watching Sandman.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom. Yes.
There we go.
Dustin, somebody had his car or something.
Oh, no, he was dressed up as him, riding around the mall on a bike. BMX, he had the headphones on, the whole bit. Like, it looked really good. But it was a fun little event.
Yeah.
And I think I can officially say we have a vehicle coming from this event to CKX this year, next year.
Nice.
Yes. I won't say any more than
Okay.
that, but yes.
Is it a repeat contender, like a repeat visitor?
No,
No.
Probably
Okay.
rhymes with Elorian.
actually, no.
Whoa.
Although I could have probably just, bumped into one and said, come to CKX. Like, literally, right in front of Westmount Mall, there was like 10 of them.
And this was where?
Westmount Mall in London.
In London.
Yep.
So you could probably just whistle and a DeLorean will just show up.
Yep. Poof. Hello, DeLorean. Yes. So, but it was fun. But apparently he does this, once a year, every other year, and he never goes to the same place twice.
Okay.
Last time he did one was in Milton at a campground. Time before that, oh my God, someone told me, but now I can't remember. It was someplace different. So it's like, oh, cool. Be here next year. Nope. We'll be somewhere else if they do it.
Huh. It's just some private dude or?
Yeah.
Huh.
But see, he
That's
has
cool.
a DeLorean, auto, my God, what is it called?
Dealership?
Dealership. There we go. Those hard words.
That exists.
I guess.
All right.
Yeah. So that's what he does, and that's why there were so many DeLoreans there.
it has to be strictly for that replica value, right? Like that whole.
That's the only thing I can see.
Like, did they just remake it and they just made it so that it doesn't fall apart or blow up?
I guess. Goes at least 88 miles an hour. We know that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're boring James, obviously. Look at this.
Yeah, he's on his phone. Obviously, the date's not going well.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably messaging for his emergency out.
Quick, give me a call. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Let's.
bring the pizza.
Oh, well done, sir. Well done. Let's get to our topic, which will be top 10 films of 1984,
Yes.
which I sort of tricked Jason into picking.
Yeah, just randomly threw it at me. Here we are. There's our topic. All right. And wow, there's a reason why that year came to mind first.
There were so many good films.
It's like a Mount Rushmore year. Like, honestly, there's at least one Mount Rushmore film on in that year.
Like, there are 3 on here. It hurts me to say are not on my 4 that are not on my list. You know,
I stopped at 5 honorable mentions. I stopped at 5.
dude, I have like 20 on here.
I could easily had 15 more, and there could have been well more than that if I made my entire list of what I saw from that year, because I went through a list on Wikipedia of movies in '84 alphabetically, and it would have been probably 60s.
I did not keep any honorable mentions.
What?
I don't know what came over me.
Wow.
Andrew's already put his pick in. 100% Karate Kid. Oh, and Terminator. Okay. Well, one of those made my list. The other one did not.
They're on my page. Both of them are on my page. Let me put it out.
Really? So tell me about the formula you use to make your list.
A lot of it is the impact it had on my childhood, because this was 10-year-old Jason. So this was really shaping where I was going to be as a kid, or a nerd, or whatever. So and the fact that I got left unattended a lot.
What does
As
that
our
mean?
generation did. So I got to watch a lot of films that weren't really for children.
Uh-huh.
I'm not much into horror because I was a wuss as a kid. I've told that story over and over again. But I did see a lot of those comedies that not for kids. Oh, there's boobies, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this list is the movies that just shaped me, spoke to me, mean something to me, and rewatch does play a factor heavily in this, but not entirely.
Okay.
For me.
Okay.
As weird and complicated as that may sound, I did not mean it to be.
Gotcha.
So, shall I go for my number 10?
You know what? Let's do that. Let me get my remote. Where is it? There it is.
How do you? Well, do you base these on any sort of nostalgia value at all?
Yes. Oh, yes, definitely.
Okay.
Well, because I went through, I didn't do Wikipedia. I went through Flickchart. Just went through brought up 1984. I had, I think, 40 or 50 movies that I had ranked from 1984. Wrote them all down, and then just started chopping.
Okay.
And yeah, there are some that are on there with high up with nostalgia factor, higher than some that may be of higher quality.
Well, and see, there's a couple on mine like that too because of rewatchability. Like the ones I watch a lot.
There's a few that I watched a lot as a kid, but I have not seen in a long time. And then there's a few that, I've always watched. Like, if this was the year that Ferris Bueller came out, I've seen that multiple times a year, at least once or twice a year since it came out.
Yeah, they're staples.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, well.
And if we had done 83's Jedi.
Yes, it is.
Eventually, maybe we'll just have to start sprinkling another random 80s year in, and So, all right. Well, my number 10.
Oh, Andrew said Gremlins was scary back in the 80s. Now it's just funny. But it kind of was like that. You're right. But all right.
Yeah, but Gremlins is kind of the first real dark comedy that was kind of really geared family friendly, even though it was very dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
So
families were a lot tougher back then.
Yeah,
true,
right?
true. But surprisingly, I don't have Gremlins on my page at all.
It didn't make mine either.
So-
That hurts me.
That surprised me.
It does.
No, it didn't make my list either.
Really?
Wow. Okay. All right. So, are either of you at all interested in this possible sequel that may finally be coming? That
I'm intrigued.
What are they getting?
apparently they're gonna do a true sequel, like with doing it the old-fashioned way, like
They're getting Zach. What's his name?
possibly
Who's the
Phoebe
other one?
Cates?
Was it Phoebe
Phoebe
Cates?
Cates.
Oh, good luck. She never acts.
Yeah. Well, but you never know for something like this being a big reunion, if you will, which is a
Well,
huge trend right now.
It's not like she hasn't not acted in like the decades since she retired, but it would take something big.
Sure. Well, this could be
Because
it.
there are people, because like Rick Moranis didn't even come back for Ghostbusters.
Right. True. No,
I'm surprised.
Ryan Reynolds got him to come out of his hole, and then he got punched in the face.
I'm surprised because like he because he was raising his kids. He was a single dad, but I mean like that's how many decades ago? But I guess he just enjoys it too much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's been.
It was like Sean Connery. He retired. He was just like I'm having too much fun.
Mm-hmm. I don't got to do nothing.
All right.
All right,
Well,
Justin, what do you got?
my number 10, John Hughes, 16 Candles.
Honorable
As racist as it is regarding the Long Duck Dong character, it's got its problems by today's standards, but that movie is so funny. But it hit some of those right notes to feel not quite fully genuine because it was a little too silly, a little too funny, but they tried and the heart was there. We could relate. They tried, and it was funny as all hell. Anthony Michael Hall, drunk that's off his ass. It's just,
Was it like Farmer Fred?
that's what
they
the
call
guy
him?
called him. Yeah.
Well, other than that, I still liked it.
It was in the 20s, I think, before I
Wait.
chopped it.
You have a thing for Anthony Michael Hall, don't you? You do not like him.
And he won't say why.
Because I don't remember. It's just been a thing.
At least he doesn't have the Sheldon Will Wheaton story,
Mhm.
It was at a con and he
Nope, I started out hating him for some reason, and it just never went away. And it's grown, but I don't remember why. So I just, whatever. I still hate him.
that's like my wife and Kevin Bacon. She does not want to see Kevin Bacon on her screen. Like, she does not like Kevin Bacon. Never understood it.
Is it because of the Woodsman?
I don't know. It just that our entire relationship, she has disliked Kevin Bacon.
Kevin's awesome.
Mhm.
I know.
Wow.
But yeah, 16 Candles, John Hughes, just in his prime. That's his sweet spot.
You're gonna have to get her to break that down for us.
Right?
So
Let's get her on the phone.
We need a Kevin Bacon, Anthony Michael Hall off.
Hey. All right, James, what's your number 10?
My number 10 is the Karate Kid.
Really? That is where is it here? Number 2.
Wow.
I watch that a lot.
that's my number 4.
Number
I
4.
watch it a lot. I do remember I saw that in the theater. I've seen 2 and 3. Didn't see the Hilary Swank Karate Kid. Didn't see the Will Smith's Kid Karate Kid. And I've seen the first 2 seasons of Cobra Kai.
Season 3 is good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of these days, because I've been waiting for Terry Silver to come back, and he came back in season 4.
Yep.
And they showed a picture of Mike Barnes is back for season 5.
Yes.
Wait, is there 4
Yes.
seasons out right now?
4 seasons
4
out.
seasons.
Oh,
Fifth
okay.
season comes in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, because the last season was amazing.
It was. It was.
I'm a big fan
And-
of Thomas Ian Griffith.
The guy, I can't remember his name for whatever reason, but the older chubby dude that joins the group,
Mm-hmm.
and then Silver beats him up. He's now that actor I keep seeing ads for. I think it's a movie called Blackbird on Apple TV.
It's a series
It's a series.
Oh yeah.
with Ray Liotta.
He looks.
Well,
It looks creepy
it's
as hell.
Taron Egerton. Yeah.
Yes,
But
but
Ray Liotta's in it, so
Yeah.
it's Ray Liotta.
that dude just
Oh.
looks creepy as all hell.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. It's the guy from. He was in Songbird, but he was the main star of Richard Jewell.
I have not watched Richard Jewell.
You should
No,
watch
no.
Richard
Nah,
Jewell.
I have no interest in that.
Why?
In that, no.
Paul
that-
Walter Hauser.
That's kind of glorifying it, and I don't need that.
What do you mean glorifying it? It's a biopic.
About a bomber.
No, about a security guard. it's a movie about the security guard who saved everybody from the bomb and then was targeted and accused of being the bomber.
I thought he was the bomber.
No, he's the guy who discovered the bomb and told everyone to get the hell out.
Oh, I thought he was the bomber.
Oh my
Oh, my
god.
mistake. Maybe I will watch it.
Glorifying it.
Maybe I will
Yeah,
watch it.
because he's a hero.
Maybe I will watch it. I don't know.
Oh my
And-
god. it's-
Andrew mentioned that Cobra Kai. These guys are making more money than ever in Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait, Greg, what are you doing here? Greg says, hey, everyone, hope you're doing great. Do you need a countdown? Number 1, Karate Kid. Number 2 is Gremlins. Dude, you know we always go backwards. What are you doing?
What are you, new?
Freaking new fans, right?
Jeez. Didn't you read the tutorial?
Go back, read the instructions, and then come on in. Okay, my number 10.
Scared
My number 10 was one I visit off and on, but I still adore it because it was so oddball. One of the first ones I ever saw Val Kilmer in. Top Secret.
Oh,
That was close.
I need to revisit it. I did not like it back in the day, and I have not seen it now in like 25 years. So, like, I think I need to give it another chance.
I think you do.
One of his first movies too.
Greg says I'm turning heel. Any movie that has a house that turns into a giant Jiffy Pop, it's an
No,
amazing.
that's
Wrong
that's
movie. That's
real
real
genius.
genius.
Oh, dang it! Sorry. Yes. Top Secret is the other one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
For some reason, for the longest time, I thought it was Carrie Elwes in Top Secret.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yes, I did not know that was about Kilmer. For some reason, in my head, I thought it was Carrie Elwes.
Maybe he wishes it was.
I don't know.
Although he's got a couple good movies
He
on
had
it.
a pretty great career. I mean, right around that same time, that came out. Princess Bride dropped too, so you know
Yeah, that's true.
he ain't sad.
All right, let's get to number 9. Jason.
Number 9. What movie did you just say?
Top Secret.
Top Secret.
Top
That's right.
Secret,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Sorry, it's not on my list. No, for some reason I thought it was on my list. Number 9. This is Spinal Tap.
That's my number 9.
It's just it should be 11.
It should be. That would have been
But
beautiful.
11 would have to be above 1. So you know.
So, what number is it on your list, James?
It's not anywhere near my list.
You have you seen it?
Yes. I've seen it. It was pretty good.
It created a genre. I don't
It's-
care
it's-
what people say. If there's something else that supposedly came before it. To me, it created, or at least it.
From what I've seen of Christopher Guest films, I'd say it's by far his best, but it's not saying a whole lot.
But he didn't direct this one. He only wrote this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rob Reiner directed this.
Oh, okay. Well, it's probably towards. It's not Rob Reiner's best,
Well.
It was early Rob Reiner as well.
but as mockumentaries go, it's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Hard to compete against Misery, too, though. So.
True.
I wouldn't put Misery up very high.
Oh,
Wow.
right?
You want
But-
good Rob Reiner, you get A Few Good Men.
Oh, good point. Good point. Nathan is here. Hey, buddy.
Even
Hey,
so yeah, this is Spinal Tap. It's an iconic film. You need to watch it if you have not seen it. It's hilarious, and it really is the truest parody of that world at that time. That was rock and roll in that time. So
Yeah.
they really did play it so perfectly well.
Their miniature Stonehenge with the little man
Oh
walking
my
around
God.
it.
Because he put inches, and that's what they did.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
it's probably been 25, 30 years since I've seen it.
Well, it's been how long since it's been out? 40.
48 years.
Good God.
I know.
It has
Why did
not
I do that?
48 years.
It's been 48 years if it came out in 84, dude, because I'm 48.
I'm 46. I was born in 70. How is it 48 years?
Oh, wait. Well, it's 22 at least.
Oh, never. Sorry.
40.
28 years.
38 years.
38.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Your math privileges have been revoked.
Cocaine's a powerful drug.
My agreeing privileges have been revoked because I was right behind you. 48. Yep. Oh, Nathan.
Oh, good pizza.
Stay in school, kids.
Have you ever seen Bad Boy Bubby? It's an iconic Australian film. Yeah.
Well, it's not from 1984, is it?
No, it's not. But he says he was 38 and born in 84. There we go.
There
That's why Nathan is number one on my list.
there you go.
Okay, James, you're the only one different for number 9. What's your number 9?
My number 9 is Streets of Fire. This is a very, very, very 80s movie. But it even comes on the screen and says a rock opera. Walter Hill, Michael Pare.
I don't remember anything from that movie. I know I saw it as a kid,
I didn't
but
see it
I
until
don't remember anything.
I didn't see it for the first time until like 2 years ago.
Oh,
because
jeez.
another friend of mine had done. I had heard about it like 3 or 4 years ago because Bret Easton Ellis used to have a podcast and he had Walter Hill on it, and they were talking about it and they had music playing in the background. I was like, this is damn good music. And it was sort of like the guy who used to write for Jim Steinman, who used to write for Meatloaf. And then a friend of mine who has his own podcast, they covered it on one of their episodes. I'm like, this is, and it was just an awesome episode of a podcast. It's like, I have to see this movie. And it was just, I think I picked it up at Hip Entertainment or something when it was still open. And it's just very, very 80s. Takes place almost all in one night. You don't know how they get from one city to the next. And all of a sudden oh man. Very small cameo by Forrest Whitaker as one of the singers of this like doo-wop band.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Willem Dafoe in like a very creepy looking slick back hair gang leader fighting with metal pipes at the end.
Well, Nathan starts out saying his life would be a shit show of a movie. But then he says your movie is like Lemony Snicket, just a series of unfortunate events. Or is that probably actually he's still referring to his life? It fits for both. But I remember because one of the most iconic songs, "I Can Dream About You," came out of that film.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's got a great soundtrack.
Yep.
I'm trying to picture that song in what I picture of that
It was
movie.
on a previous list I had when we did musical performances from a movie.
Yep.
I think I did not necessarily something that they were singing themselves in the movie, just a performance in the movie. And it was Diane Lane who plays a rock singer who lip syncs, obviously, the opening and closing songs of the movie. But very young Diane Lane.
Okay. So we are now on to number 8. Jason.
I'll be back.
Okay, we'll get to you in a second then.
Okay.
The Terminator.
Oh,
Terminator.
That's my number 3.
Really?
Yeah.
I am not surprised by the amount of crossover we're going to have here.
Oh,
right?
no, of course.
It didn't make my list.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There are some on here that I'm ashamed aren't on my list, but I could not fit them in.
It's one of the few horror movies that I did watch as a kid that my cousins kind of forced me into, but I actually got to enjoy because it doesn't get super scary until like the very end when you just see the skeleton, you know.
And it's constantly coming. And
Right.
coming. Yeah.
That's the scariest part. Until then.
Andrew agrees with you. He says awesome.
Yeah, it's.
And I do too. If I had to, it'd be like 11 or 12 on my list.
We taped this off the free pay TV weekends that we used to have decades ago, and for some reason I did this and I made a point and I watched it 7 times in one day.
There's dedication.
Yeah.
But that's how I first watched it. I was babysitting, and they had it on VHS, one of the, recorded copies.
Yeah.
And that was my first introduction to Arnold. There's too much awesomeness coming from 84 to just pick 10.
I know.
Right? And that's coming from an 84 baby, so he knows. Let me see. Okay, James, what's your number 8?
Oh yes. Okay. We're talking.
Because, we're doing a list.
Well, no, we were talking about Terminator. I'm like, I just talked about a movie.
Yeah.
Number 8. What about yours? I thought you were next.
My number 9 is Spinal Tap. So number it goes Jason, James, me.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. My number 8 is Johnny Dangerously.
Oh my God, I forgot about that one.
It's another one that I don't really remember.
Another
You ice hole.
I can remember those key things that stuck out. That and
Joe Piscopo.
You're a farking ice hole.
yes.
Just like, my mom hung me on a hook once. Once. This goes through Bulletproof Vests. Or is it like The Wall? A Tree Outside?
This was classic Michael Keaton at that point.
This was the heyday of his comedy years.
Uh-huh.
Amy Heckerling. Oh yeah, so Michael Keaton, Joe Piscopo, Mary Lou Henner, Peter Boyle, Griffin Dunn, holy crap. And Dom DeLuise, the Pope.
Mm-hmm.
Danny DeVito's in there. Where is he in there?
What?
He's credited as Burr.
I do not remember him.
I wonder if he was one of the prison inmates.
I'm gonna have to watch it again. Then.
No, I remember because he had a mustache. He was the Griffin Dunn who plays Johnny's younger brother who becomes a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Danny DeVito is like the slick DA or the mayor or something who tries to sweet talk him into getting corrupt or whatever. Okay, I remember. It's one of the only times I've seen him with a mustache. Yeah,
I don't remember the movie.
This is the one that knocked out.
Okay.
What was the other parody movie you guys mentioned?
Spinal Tap.
No. Actual parody, not a mockumentary.
Airplane?
No, just
Top Secret.
Yeah, it was between Top Secret and Johnny Dangerously, and I remembered this one more. Plus, it had "I'll Put Your Bells in a Sling"
Uh-huh.
and Joe Piscopo.
I don't know how many times I kept saying "bark and ice hole," to everybody I knew, and they're like, "What are you talking about? Did you get hit in the head?"
Especially when he reads the written statement.
Yep.
I do remember that, and I do remember us kids saying it in front of our parents.
Mm-hmm. You could say that because it's nice. It's
not
nothing wrong with it.
Those aren't bad words.
Yep. Ice hole is not bad. Nathan said Dom DeLuise was in so many movies I like to watch. Yeah, oh my God, he was hilarious. He was hilarious. Late 70s to early 80s.
Cannonball Run.
Yep.
Oh,
That's the big one. Well, my number 8 is again a comedy because there was a lot of good comedies that year too. And the introduction of one Axel Foley in Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, I've only seen this movie maybe once or twice, so it didn't make my list.
no, Eddie Murphy just taking Hollywood by storm with that movie because, man, his career just skyrocketed for all the right reasons.
Yep.
He proved that he had his comedy chops plus the acting chops just worked. He could do the action. It was great.
Yeah.
And the script was great. Like it's a great movie. It's so much fun.
Andrew agrees with that one too.
Good one.
That I have so much fun just popping it on, and I might be doing other stuff, but you'll see me every 10 or 15 minutes. I'm just staring at the screen, and then I'll do something, and then go back because there's so many great spots in that movie.
It's been quite a while for me on this one, but it's one that if I revisit it, I might revisit it more and more, and it's going to lose something. So
Nathan's right. Apparently, there's a new one coming out. But anytime I hear things like this, until I see a trailer, or more importantly, the film, it doesn't exist yet.
I know, but all I'm thinking is, how did Coming to America do?
Well, it was straight on Amazon Prime, so who knows? You know.
But no, it was not very well received at all.
Oh, wasn't it?
No.
But look at Maverick.
But
Yeah.
I'm saying this is Eddie Murphy's history. Eddie Murphy's track record for long time sequels.
Oh, okay.
He's already got a miss.
Very good.
Does he want another one?
Oh, and Andrew's right too. The music was amazing in that film.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
it was. Even and I'm not a huge instrumental person, but Harold Faltermeyer, he did Axel F, right?
I believe so, yes. I think that's the name. I only remember that because I used to have it on a Commodore 64 sim player, simple little music player. And I believe that was the name I remember seeing on there.
What just hurts me, and my heart hurts every time someone does that. I say it, Axel F, and they go, "Oh, Crazy Frog." It's like, no.
It's still called Axel F.
Yeah.
It's just Crazy Frog's rendition of it.
Yeah, we were always playing that on the piano. I had no idea it was from a movie, and it was supposed to be Axel Foley. It was just, you can play Axel F on the piano.
Yeah.
Axel F. It was Axel's theme song.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, number 7, Jason. What you got?
Number 7. Oh, I would rush to the arcade in the hopes that I would get this signal to be called the champion, the last Starfighter.
Ooh, that's my number 5.
That's another one they keep talking about, a possible remake.
No, don't do it.
But I also heard a possible sequel, and, well, you got room to play there.
Yeah, I'd be up for a sequel.
But tread lightly.
That's your number 5?
That's my number 5.
Yeah, what kid didn't see that movie and then rush off to play Space Invaders or any other space game in the hopes that they could hit the high score and maybe get the call,
Yep. That is true. Sadly, that's not one I revisit a lot. Actually, I haven't seen it in eons.
It's only been a few years. Like
it had been
3, 4.
It had been a long time, and then they put out I don't know if it was like the 25th or the 30th anniversary. It was like the DVD or the Blu-ray or something. Like, well, I got to pick that up, and it had like the typical retrospective documentary, and then I watched it again. I had forgotten a lot of it, but still, like the kid walks in, and the android version of the older brother is fixing his own head. He's like, "You're having a bad dream. Go to bed."
See, I don't remember that part. I gotta watch it again.
Oh, I definitely remember that part.
The way the alien would like, you do that weird laugh, just like gasping.
But it's the iconic, the Death Blossom,
Oh, yeah.
whole Death Blossom bit. That has stuck with me all these years now. When I'm playing video games, if I'm in like some sort of situation where I could do something, I call it a Death Blossom. I put a game on my phone, and I have a maneuver that I call my Death Blossom. It just worked.
I gotta watch this again.
But I am so leery on what we might do, reboot or sequel.
I know.
It's another one that's
all that stuff is a grain of salt until it exists, buddy.
I know.
It exists.
I know.
And the classic line, terrific. I'm about to get killed a million miles from nowhere with a gung-ho iguana who tells me to relax.
Well, there's a story you can tell your friends, but you won't be around to do it, so never mind. Okay. James, what's your number 7?
My number 7. I was about to sing it, but no. Footloose.
Aha.
Ooh.
Again, didn't make my list.
What? How dare you?
Not on my list either. And not because my wife's bias with Kevin Bacon.
I was going to say.
That movie just hasn't stuck with me.
See, I do watch it off and on. It's just like the least on my list. I watch more than Footloose.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to be true to what I watch. Excuse me. And that's not one. But it is iconic. It's like, it's very scary. I was watching People's Court, and they actually made a reference to it.
Really?
Because this was one of the COVID ones, and the guy was supposed to DJ bar mitzvah or some kind of birthday or something like that. And COVID hit, so he couldn't. And so Judge Millian, she's going, well, no, anybody can DJ a dance. Why didn't you do it? He goes, because the state didn't allow it. She goes, what do you mean? The state didn't allow dancing? What is this, Footloose? And then they brought other things. There was no dance floors. Well, where's Kevin Bacon? Like literally, it was so cool.
Hell, 2 MCU movies reference it.
Mm-hmm. It is iconic. It is.
Absolutely. I just didn't work for me.
And an amazing John Lithgow as
Yeah.
the dad.
And
Yes, I did hate John Lithgow for
another
years.
another
because
great
of that.
soundtrack.
I will admit that.
Early Chris Penn.
Yep. Oh yeah. Wait a minute. Was he in that? No, he was in the sequel, wasn't he?
No,
No.
there was no sequel.
Or not the sequel.
The
no,
remake?
that's right. He
The
was in
remake
the
was
original.
Miles Teller.
That's right.
But
Never mind.
early Chris Penn, early Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah. Okay. That's right. I love Chris Penn in that film. Forgot about that. Okay.
And the origin of punch dancing.
Punch dancing.
Haven't you seen? Oh, haven't you? What the hell? The Andy Samberg movie?
Palm Springs.
No, Jesus.
That's a good one.
It is a great movie.
The one.
Hot Rod.
Yes, Hot Rod. I mean, you see the parallels where they have the montage of him like goes. I did some punch dancing and then I ran up the mountain and then
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's an amazing film. I love that.
Footloose. Well,
What year is that? Because that'll be our next year.
Which one?
Hot Rod.
I couldn't tell you. Hot
90s.
Rod didn't work for me. So
Late 90s, early 2000s.
What I remember from Hot Rod is Will Arnett. Babe, 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 babe.
Cool beans.
I don't remember anything from Hot Rod. So
He's an amazing stuntman. That's what we learned.
all right.
My number 7 is another iconic film. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can't, show you. Boom, boom, boom. There we go.
Oh,
Nightmare on Elm Street.
that's my number 6.
Number 6.
So very close.
Not on my list.
What?
What?
Not a horror guy.
Oh,
Doesn't I acknowledge what the film means, what it is. I know who it is, all that. I give it all the props. It's just not on my list.
The introduction of Johnny Depp.
I understand all its iconic things. I get it. It's just not for me.
Oh. I think Nathan agrees. Fuck yeah.
Oh,
oh,
Oh, and Matt Cartiers. Not sure if it'll make any of your lists, but The Natural was fantastic. Yes,
Natural was good.
I did enjoy that. I did. I forgot that was in '84.
I know I did watch it. I know I enjoyed it. Not one I've gone back to.
Nathan said that would have been closer to number 1, if not number 1 for him. And I can appreciate that. Of course, once we get to number 1, you'll understand for me. But we're at number 6.
Number 6.
Jason.
Number 6. This gets into the territory of films that I probably should not have been watching, even though I've already been on that list.
Oh, like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, but Police Academy.
That's my number 4.
Steve Guttenberg and Michael Winslow, who can still do his thing. He did audition for America's Got Talent recently. Still doing his thing, but he's added extra stuff to it and whatnot. But that movie, it gets a little naughty. There's a little bit of boobies in there, but it's so much fun, so silly. Rather racist, would not fly by today's standards.
Some of that stuff wouldn't. You're right. You're 100% right.
A lot of that stuff. Half that movie wouldn't.
Kim Cattrall's in there as well.
Kim Cattrall.
George Gaines as
Is Kim
Commandant
Cattrall in
Lassard.
the original one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I started with I think it was Police Academy 2. I think Police Academy 1 may have been the last one I saw of that series. For whatever reason, we started with 2. It was taped off one of those pay TV weekends again. Watched that a lot.
Man, that film is so much fun.
But it was nice, like, what are you in for? And he goes, and he has the little CB radio in his pocket.
Yeah,
Stop that. Guns, yeah. It also has a woman who would later go on to play Mama Firefly in the Rob Zombie films, Leslie Easterbrook.
Sergeant Callahan.
Callahan. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Nathan said I was never a fan of any of them movies. Dude, I know that, 3, 4, 5, they get kind of wonky, but number 1, was just
Number 1 and number 2, I think,
You
are
know?
stand strong. It's
Yeah.
after that is where they start to slip.
yeah. I still remember Bob Goldthwait doing a press run for 3, going Police Academy 3. That's pretty impressive. He goes, yeah, because there were so many unanswered questions from 2. You know, it's like no, it's just fun.
Sweet Chuck.
Sweet Chuck. him and so Goldthwait and Sweet Chuck recently took a photo together, and then had like a side by side of like then now.
Oh, nice.
And holy cow! Like Sweet Chuck, other than gray and a little more wrinkly, really hasn't changed.
Paul Rudd. Matt Cartier says, super glad Police Academy made your list. Love that movie as a kid. Oh man, it's so much fun.
Yeah,
I think Tackleberry is my favorite out of that.
I got to actually give a big homage to Tackleberry in my Dungeons and Dragons game about a month ago.
Yeah.
The character I'm playing currently is a barbarian. He's a little angry barbarian, and I missed the session. The session I missed, they took down a green dragon. I missed the dragon fight. So when we meet back up the next session, they tell me this, and I'm like, I just watched, and I just started smacking my head off the table until I actually did a point of damage. So there's blood running down my face, and then a guy across the room was getting mad because I was causing a ruckus. I'm like, what? I suck at intimidation rolls, but I rolled really well on that one.
Nothing. You're good.
But it was my Tackleberry moment.
You don't get my table. That's awesome. Yeah, that movie. Oh man. Okay, well, James, we know your number 6 is a nightmare.
Yes.
My number 6. Oh, yep. Andrew said David Graff. Yeah, he was perfect in that role, especially the beginning when they surprise him, opens the door, boom, 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 and they're standing there with cake, but they're being shot. Oh, you guys. He was great.
I do like when we get to meet his family. No, it's his in-laws. It's
Yes.
his in-laws. That's right.
Yeah.
In-laws are the holy cow. Yeah.
Well, my number 6 was one that I went to see it because I thought it was something different, but turned out loved it. And then I was very sad when I found out War of the Roses was not the sequel.
Oh, I still haven't seen War of the Roses.
Oh, it's so good. But Romancing the Stone.
No,
Ah.
Jewel of the Nile is the sequel. I had Romancing the Stone on there, but the only thing I can remember from that movie is Joan Wilder.
Yeah, the guy that loved her books. Yes.
That is on my honorable mentions, and I just rewatched that like a week and a half ago.
Really?
It was on one of the Stars channels
Is it hold
randomly
up?
one day. It's still so
Not
much
bad.
fun.
It's like 80% solid.
Oh yeah,
You know?
definitely.
Nice.
And because it's in South America, it holds up well dating wise. Like outside of the stuff in New York, it dates well.
What if Jewel of the Nile does?
I'm guessing not.
I think that was a step down back then.
But Jewel of the Nile had a lot of political connotations involved. So
I don't remember much about that one either.
Yeah. That's what I mean. War of the Roses came out first, and it was with Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner.
I thought it came out with after those two.
Did it?
I think so.
Or maybe I thought it was a follow-up to Jewel of the Nile then. I just know I thought it followed that storyline, like they were married. But then I found out they played completely different people.
89, War of the Roses.
Oh, okay. Well, when was Jewel of the Nile?
I want to say 87.
Probably 87.
85.
85.
Oh, right after. That quick.
Ooh, they cashed in quick on that one.
Wow. I didn't realize that.
Okay, number 5. Oh, Jason, we know yours. Beverly Hills Cop.
Yep.
James, yours is The Last Starfighter.
Yep.
Mine is, oh wait, we got a comment. Matt says, awesome pick, Rob. Romancing the Stone is great. Kathleen Turner, the voice of Jessica Rabbit.
Mhm.
That's true. She had such a deep, husky voice,
Yes.
but it was still, it's like, wow. I gotta watch Roger Rabbit. All right, anyway. Mine. They just redid it recently, which wasn't a bad remake, even though Chris Hemsworth was in it. You know, not
Okay.
quite the same, but it's Red Dawn.
Oh yeah, I know I saw it, but I can't remember much about it.
Oh, I saw this in the theater, and I will tell you 100% it is not a date movie. Okay. I was on one, and then I was single. So I blame it all on the movie. But man, I love the story. The the group was great. You got Jennifer Grey, Patrick Swayze, Charlie Sheen, C. Thomas Howell.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane the number of people that were in this
Was
movie.
it Powers Booth or Stacy Keach in that?
Probably Powers Booth, because I don't think it was Stacy Keach. No.
It was Powers Booth. It was Powers Booth. Yes, he's the.
Oh wait, yeah, the General Lee guy.
Yes.
Yes.
Leah Thompson was in there too.
Oh God, that's right, Leah Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was her and Jennifer Grey were the two girls that they pick up.
And is it Leah Thompson and C. Thomas Howell that make it?
I think they're the two. Yeah. Spoiler alert. Harry Dean Stanton.
Oh yeah, he was
Yeah.
one of the dads.
They did. I thought they did a good job with
Yeah.
the.
Matt nailed it. Avenge me, boys! Avenge me!
Yeah,
At the fence of the drive-in.
that was a great movie. It did not make my list, but it was very close to the honorable mentions list. It's just been a long time for me to see it, but I do remember that movie very fondly.
They did a good job with the remake.
Yeah, the remake was okay, but
It was okay. I found it to be, no offense, kind of like the Total Recall remake, where they made a lot of changes, which seemed to be like not necessarily plot changes, but changes for impact, which to me don't always fly.
I thought it was impressive what they pulled off for it being PG,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
especially
I think
Hemsworth.
that's what hurt it, though. That is what hurt it the most. Because Red Dawn, the original, it didn't hold back, so it got gritty. It made it just that little bit closer to real.
That opening shot when they land in the school and just start shooting people.
And
Yeah,
there's one or two bodies hanging out windows.
yeah,
Yeah, that was shocking in that day.
yeah. I can understand why they wouldn't do it in today's climate.
Oh yeah.
You know, but still. Okay, so now we can jump on to number 4. Oh, we got yours, Jason, already. The Karate Kid.
Yep.
Mine's Police Academy.
Oh,
So, James.
What's your number 4?
Cloak and Dagger.
Looking. Oh,
Oh, that's in my honorable mentions for sure.
is that Fred Savage?
No.
No, Henry Thomas.
Henry Thomas, that's right.
Henry Thomas and
Dabney Cole.
Dabney Coleman.
There it
Oh,
is.
man. I watched this one. This is a big nostalgia factor.
Oh,
And-
huge.
And a young William Forsythe.
Oh,
Who's
really?
with like the brunette, like the really dark black hair wig and the glasses. It's almost unrecognizable from anything after that.
I forgot he was in that.
Yeah, he's Morris, the computer whiz older friend of theirs.
Well, Nathan says boo, but I'm not sure if it's to your pick or mine.
Probably mine.
And then Matt says, let's not forget Friday the 13th, the final chapter. A young Corey Feldman and Crispin Glover.
I never saw that one.
Possibly the best in the franchise next to part 1 and 2.
I have no skin in that game. Again, not horror, not a Friday the 13th guy.
I'll stick to the remake.
Nathan said it was for all 3 of us. Dude, even Karate Kid? That was Jason's pick. That's a good one.
Yes. I think these are all good picks.
Okay, so that means we are on to number 3, and it's a fresh one for Jason.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, this one really hits home. This one's it comes from the heart. All 3 of these films hit me deep in my heart.
There wasn't a Kevin Smith film in '84, was it?
No, but there's a movie that Kevin Smith I know definitely would hold in high regard as well. Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes. Yep.
You know,
I think it was in my top 20 before I chopped it.
it's just it was such an important film for my childhood. Yeah, the booby factor, yes, the puberty factor absolutely plays a big thing, but it's so funny and
It's like Porky's.
ridiculous. Just
You got a frush? What the fuck's a frush?
But and still to this day, I love their little musical thing at the end, their whole skit. And I have that song. I pulled it from a video off of YouTube to get the audio of that to make it a ringtone. Just the violin part.
See, that's cool.
But yeah, I just adore this movie. It means so much to me. Anthony Edwards.
Oh yeah, he was in that.
Everybody forgets that Poindexter's Anthony fucking Edwards.
That's right.
Like, 3 years later, this guy is Goose.
Booger was fantastic.
That was Gilbert.
Yes. Oh no. Yes. Why?
Poindexter was the guy from 30-something.
Yes. I'm getting my actors mixed up. I have my apologies, but still, Gilbert from Revenge of the Nerds becomes Goose.
Yeah.
And see, sadly, my only ringtone is it gonna play? Oh wait, here. 24. Okay, how boring is that? You've got a cool one.
I make my own ringtone.
I have a much cooler.
But I never have my ringer turned on. So.
Okay, Nathan says, about Karate Kid. Dude who trains his whole life gets beat by a dude who trained for a few months. Karate Kid is stupid. I'm just gonna go train in a boxing ring for a few months and take on Mike Tyson. I'm sure I'll win.
Here's my ringtone. You have to know what this is.
It sounds so familiar. Any words?
No.
Highlander.
No.
Okay.
Boondock Saints.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. But Nathan, yes, you can win as long as you believe in yourself. That's what the Karate Kid teaches you. Maybe not the first time, especially with Mike Tyson. Okay, number 3.
If he goes up against Mike Tyson, there ain't gonna be a second time.
Oh, dude, I'm watching.
There ain't gonna be a second time though.
Maybe not.
One punch, there won't be nothing left.
No, you got it. James, we know your number 3 was Terminator.
Yep.
Let's see here. Ryan says, just need to mention the best sequel name is from that year. Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. Yes, it is.
As weird it is this though, both break-in movies were listed in the same year.
I know. One must have come out in January, the other in December. I gotta look that up.
I didn't look any further into it, but those are movies that I want to revisit and I'm afraid to.
I've never saw them the first time around. I'd never heard of them until they're mentioned in
I
Dogma.
did because my cousins were really big into hip hop and I watched by osmosis. And I remember like going back and revisiting it. And, I don't know what year Crush Crew came out, but that's going to be in my top 10 of whatever year that is. All right.
What was that other one that came out? Something, The Last Dragon?
The Last Dragon, yeah.
Yes, that was the other one.
Barry Gordy's Last Dragon. Love that movie.
Yep.
That's a great movie.
Yep. We got to figure out what year that is.
I'm thinking, it's not Breaking 2, it's Crush Groove, the one that mentioned in Dogma.
Yes.
What'd you think? What'd you think was going to be the bigger hit that year? Empire Strikes Back or Crush Groove? Fuck you, man, because time's going to tell on that one.
Whose
That's right,
house?
too.
Ron's house.
Well, my number 3 is a very big departure from your guys.
Oh.
It's just about a simple teacher who goes exploring and watches people get their hearts pulled out. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Oh, yeah.
It nowhere near my list. I have not revisited it in a very long time, but my son Tally just recently watched it for the first time, and he was not happy.
Oh, it's a traumatic movie when you first watch it. This is not Indiana Jones. No.
It did not work for him at all.
Last Dragon's 85.
That's next. But no, there's so many cool little in-jokes. Like Dan Aykroyd being in the movie. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
The club being Club Obi-Wan.
Oh, it's been too long.
It's been way too long, dude.
Oh, I love stuff like that. Oh,
But-
yeah.
Hey, it's got Kiwi Kwan,
That's right. Short round.
who is now back.
Yep.
You need to watch that movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Right after we watch Bad Boy Bubby. Right, Nathan? Let me see. We are now on to number 2. And it's a fresh one for Jason again.
Might get emotional. Never Ending Story.
Almost made my list. Almost. Oh, shenanigans. Yeah. We're going to watch it.
Never Ending Story is one of the greatest, I would argue, the best fantasy film. Like, it just strikes every note. And
I watched that a lot as a kid, and I shouldn't have revisited it when they put out like the Blu-ray, because it really didn't hold up for me.
it still works for me. I watch it at least once a year.
I'd
But
argue Labyrinth would be up there for me.
Labyrinth, I just revisited for the first time in a long time. Not all that long ago, excuse me. And not quite. It's like I will go back to it, but Neverending Story is still number one.
I do love how it's Atreyu got their name from that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because of that movie and how many people do adore that movie, there are memes, and the Artax meme comes up way too friggin' often on my Facebook. And I don't need that memory all the time, okay? It still hurts.
Too
Okay?
soon, people. Too soon for Jason.
Stop with the Artax memes.
Too soon. Well, this will not make James happy. Ryan says, my favorite kids movie from that year is Cloak and Dagger. Didn't age well, though.
I haven't watched it in a long time. But one of the scenes that sticks with me is when you get Henry Thomas and he's getting so pissed off. It's like he doesn't want to play anymore. He's got his imaginary friend Jack Flack, who's like Dabney Coleman, who's always around, wants to keep playing. You're on a mission or whatever. He's like, I don't want to play anymore, and he breaks the figurine, and like he ends up talking to him, saying like you know your dad was the same way. He didn't want to play cowboys, and there was one day he didn't want to play cowboys and Indians anymore. And it's funny because Dabney Coleman plays Jack Flack and his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Neat. I gotta rewatch that.
Yeah, he was envisioning his dad as his hero.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I think I watched it when it came out, and that's it. That's it.
No, that one was many repeats for me back in the day.
Nathan said everyone wanted a fall car.
I still do.
Falcor.
I still do.
And then Matt says Patrick Stewart and Sting. It must be Dune. Just wanted to say it. Great list, you guys.
I tried watching that. It's super weird.
That is Lynch.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. It's the one that they took it away from him. So
all right, James, what do you got for number two?
number two, I got Ghostbusters.
It's finally on the list. There we go. It's not on mine.
At all?
No, and that's what I mean. This is another one that hurts.
Holy shit. I thought it was going to be like number one for you guys, and I'd be the only one that didn't have it there.
It actually is my number one.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
I
It's Ghostbusters.
can understand why.
It's Ghostbusters.
It's number two because number one for me is just too great a movie.
Well, my number two was Karate Kid, right?
Okay.
So I only have a number one left too. So
Well, yeah.
I don't think we're going to have the same number ones.
I don't think so.
But Ghostbusters is
We
Ghostbusters.
didn't already mention a number one, did we, for any of us?
No.
Just Ghostbusters. That's it.
Just now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Ghostbusters.
Oh, exactly.
Like, there isn't anything to say. It's Ghostbusters.
I used to watch it a lot, and then Afterlife came out, and it kind of took its place.
Oh, I still haven't watched that.
I have not gone back to Afterlife, and I only watch Ghostbusters usually around Halloween. It's always on some channel, on one of the movie channels, so I can usually catch it pretty easily, usually around October. I try not to go watch it very often. Just, again, I don't want it to get tarnished. I don't
think Ghostbusters can get tarnished. Just like Groundhog Day.
Well, for me, rewatching something too much, it can have that effect sometimes. Sometimes I can get past it. I'm leery of it.
I mean, don't watch it every day.
No.
Right?
I know, I can't.
Every few months, I think
have
is allowed.
78 hours worth of stuff to watch from the film festival. I can't watch it every day.
78 hours. Andrew just put up a clip, said best clip in Ghostbusters. It's not showing us the clip. Can you give us a rough idea which clip that is, Andrew? Because I'm dying to know.
She's not my girlfriend. She's a client. A well-playing client.
I'm thinking it's the dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria.
She sleeps above her covers, 4 feet above her covers.
Or how cheeky is Andrew? Is it Dan Aykroyd Dan Aykroyd with the ghost.
Nope, it's true. This man has no dick.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That is awesome. Oh my God, yes.
Or just when he walks by and goes,
Oh
and I
man,
slowly run up the stairs.
that film is so much fun.
I know. I'm really happy that is one I
It's just
know I
like-
saw in the theaters.
So they're like, with the piano, they hate this.
Oh yeah. Ding-ling, ding-ling. We came, we saw, we kicked its ass. Okay, well, my number 2 was Karate Kid. So let's get to number 1, which we now know Jason is Ghostbusters.
Who are you gonna call?
James, because we want to know his number 1.
Oh, okay. Mine is Amadeus.
Oh
Wow. All right.
That was one that like won what was like 7 or 8 Academy Awards. When I
Yes.
finally watched the movie, it was another one of those. I get it. I get why everyone loves this movie so much. It is so good, especially F. Murray Abraham and Flounder from Animal House.
Flounder.
Yeah, I cannot remember his name. I know the guy you're talking about.
Tom Hulse.
Oh yeah, there we go.
The library you got, Nathan.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it is such a great movie.
The librarian at the beginning of Ghostbusters gave me nightmares for years.
We would watch that frame by frame.
And then Nathan said, "Has anyone mentioned Dune?" Why, yes, Matt mentioned Dune earlier,
Yes.
but not one of us.
Nope.
And then Matt's quote from there: "I love this town." Oh, Ryan says my number 1 B movie is from that year as well. Chud.
I still
Yes.
haven't seen that, but it was
Actually,
one. My best friend and I were afraid of that movie without ever having seen it.
I had movies like
I
that.
never watched it.
There was a show on called Night Gallery.
I heard of that.
Yeah, and just the opening. If I saw it, I would quickly change the
I
channel
was
so
freaked-
fast.
I was always freaked out by the opening of Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, that is weird, especially the earlier years.
Well, yeah,
That noise, as iconic as it is, it does kind of hurt my ears.
Mhm.
I acknowledge that.
Oh, and Nathan said 2 Toxic Avenger. Very good. But yeah, Amadeus. I saw it twice, and I really enjoyed it, but I never watched it again.
Nathan, are you aware that they are making a big budget remake of Toxic Avenger starring Peter Dinklage and Lloyd Kaufman is directly involved?
Yes, he is. It's going to be interesting. Oh, dang. Amadeus. Kenny Baker's in that.
Really?
Did you know that, James?
in what?
Amadeus. Kenny Baker is in Amadeus.
Really?
R2D2 himself?
Parody commentator. Commendator, sorry. Oh, Nathan's excited.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, I'm curious. You know, once we start to see clips, then I'll get more excited.
Sure.
But right now, it's, you know. Okay, so my number 1, cultural shockwave movie of 1984.
Cultural shockwave.
Yes,
Hold on. Let me just.
a cultural shockwave. This changed a lot in not only the film industry, but the music industry.
Oh, of course. Duh, I saw it on the list. I should have known.
Purple Rain.
I knew that.
I haven't seen it
What? At all? Ever?
ever.
Nathan's asking
How do I-
for
Great,
release
I
date.
mean, like,
Unfortunately, Nathan, I don't
I
think they
can't-
have any dates.
Drop James from the feed.
I know.
I mean, I grew up listening to Let's Go Crazy and stuff like that, but no, I never got around to watching the movie.
Oh, the movie was amazing. Graffiti Bridge, not so much, but
I don't remember the movie. I've never gone back to it, unfortunately. It's just, again, not for me. I do like a lot of his music, but I know he's your icon. I get it.
it's in Blu-ray out there, and I watch it a lot. And again, it's one of those ones that I can put on and do stuff because it's music, you know, and I already have it in my head, so I know what's going on the screen. My wife's number 1, Purple Rain. Yes, thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, Leanne, she knows her stuff.
Uh-huh. Okay. Oh yeah, there's not even a release date for Toxic Avenger.
No.
But let's take a look at this list, shall we? Kevin Bacon, Elijah Wood, Jacob Tremblay, Peter Dinklage. Where was the other one that I saw? Oh, I thought there was another big name attached to it. But that's enough right there. Kevin Bacon. Your wife's going to love it.
Mm-hmm. Not that she was ever going to see it anyways.
Nathan said, this just goes to show the age gaps here, old man. My list would have been completely different. Well, then we'll have to pick a year and have you on.
Yeah.
Because we got to... Now, I'm going to ramble through the rest of my... When I went through my list, these are all the ones I jotted down. And like I think I told Jason, there were some I left off that I love that I knew didn't have a host. All right?
Yeah.
But I have Blame It on Rio, Against All Odds, Repo Man, Children of the Corn, Splash,
Children of the Corn.
Moscow on the Hudson, Swing Shift, Gremlins, Dreamscape, Teachers, Flashpoint, and Starman.
I have Buckaroo Banzai.
That was one I left off because I knew it would make it.
Still haven't seen that.
Teachers is on my honorable mentions.
I don't know what that is.
It's a drama with Nick Nolte, Judd Hirsch, Ralph Macchio.
38 Special had an amazing song from that movie called Teachers.
It's a really, really good flick. And it's even got a young Crispin Glover in there as well.
I would say that Starman is one of the few John Carpenter movies I was really disappointed with.
What? Oh, dude, I can't.
That was a different type of John Carpenter movie that he was like. That was a bit of a departure for him.
It's got one of the best lines in cinema. Didn't you watch me when I was driving? Yes. Red means stop, green means go, yellow means go very fast.
But I have one more on here, and I revisited this about 3 weeks ago, and it still makes me chuckle. It's Ice Pirates.
Yeah, that was on my list. That was on my list for a long time because that was the one I watched a lot. And it's just like, it's been so long, and I just had 10 other movies that I liked a lot more.
It is so cheesy. Like, it's just incredibly cheesy.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun. And a very young Ron Perlman. And Anjelica Houston.
What? I don't remember her in that.
It's one of her first movies.
Really?
Yes. She's like the badass sword chick on her team. She cuts a guy's head off.
I got to rewatch it. Like, I haven't watched it in a billion years.
But there's so many on here, like All of Me. Steve Martin and Lily Tomlin.
Oh, I remember that one.
I remember it was a great movie as a kid, but I don't remember.
Lily Tomlin dies and possesses Steve Martin's body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. She possesses... Oh, she does. And then at the end of the movie, she possesses the blonde chick. The chick from L.A. Story. The English chick.
Mm.
What the hell's her name? You guys are never any help.
A blonde chick. Yeah.
L.A. Story. Victoria Tennant.
Oh, her.
I don't even know who that is. I can't put a face to that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, if we do this,
Bachelor Party.
This 80s thing,
Yeah.
it's going to get interesting.
I second that. But how do we decide which year?
Well, what we'll do, because next week we got to make sure you guys are caught up on your Predator.
Okay.
Because Benner's coming back.
Oh, we're going to talk about Prey?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
I've got 78 hours of film festival. I don't have time to watch Prey.
I better warn my girlfriend.
Yeah.
She was messaging me at the end, like, she's like, did you get lost in there? Because was it like 2.5 hours or something?
What, the episode?
Yeah, it was like at least 2 hours.
We were just knocking on the 2-hour door.
Yeah.
It was
The only Predator movie I need brushing up on is Predator 2.
Yeah.
I've only ever watched it like once.
That's the one I watched the most.
One I watched
But now
by far the least.
Prey is good. And what we're going to do, well, I'm going to tell Benner too, we're only going to focus on the 5. We're not going to do the AVP ones.
Okay.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
So it's just Predator, Predator 2, Predators, The Predator, and Prey.
Okay.
Yeah, I need some refreshing on Predator 2, but the rest are definitely up here.
I can probably wing through without having to watch any of them except for Prey.
What I do, like I said, especially like Predator, we've watched it a million times. I
Yeah.
put it on and just let it play while I'm doing something because I can hear it and I know. what's
Predator
going
is so good.
on. Ryan Haskell says, I missed the beginning. Why did you pick this year?
Just randomly.
Yeah.
Rob just threw me a message saying, hey, when I asked you for the 80s, what year? 84. Okay.
Yep. That's legit. That's how we got it. But all right. So yeah, make sure you're brushed up on your Predator stuff for next week, but we will do another 80s year. Nathan, pick an 80s year, message it to me, and we'll get you on to jump in on our list.
Isn't that going to require special timing again?
Ew, it might.
That would require special timing again.
That would require a Friday evening. So, okay,
That's difficult.
fire off a year, and then I will get together these two guys and me, and we'll find a Friday that might work for you coming up, and we'll get it set up for that.
Because next week you said Benner's coming back.
Yeah.
The week after that is game night.
Yes. So it'll be in September. Ish. Right. That's ish. Everything's ish. Oh, he said, if I'm not working, I'll be able to do this time.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So then figure out a day that you won't be working at this
That
time.
makes sense. He's commenting.
Because, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, how many people do we know have been commenting while at work?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, because remember, this is his morning,
True.
right?
True.
This is his tomorrow morning. So,
Lottery numbers.
right. Figure out a good one for you, buddy, and we'll get you on here, get you a good list with whatever year you pick for the 80s. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, for another week at the Movie Madhouse, I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
We'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Shut up! It's a man!